What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a wheel, BMX wheel. It's a 36 hole hub and a 36 hole rim. It's the front wheel. It's a Profile Racing Elite hub made in USA to a Ringle Big Baller rim. The tools you're going to need are a little spoke wrench. We got two different types, just a standard spoke wrench here and this little twist one right here. I prefer this, but for lacing it up real quick, I do like this one. For the front, we have 186mm spokes, and most of the time you'll get a package of 40, which leaves you 4 extra when building a wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these up, just pour them out, get them ready. Trash to the side. All right, so first thing you're going to want to do is find your valve stem hole, which is right here. And what you're going to do is go to the right of the valve stem hole, and that's your first spoke location. The first spoke is going to go on the top side of your hub. So you can go ahead and drop a spoke through and just take it to that first hole, okay? Feed it through and tighten the nipple on until you get to the bottom of the threads and then stop. What you're going to do is go every other hole on the hub. So you start there, then you're going to go skip one and drop a new spoke through that one, and you're going to do that all the way around the hub. Now when you get to the rim, you're going to go 1, 2, 3 holes, and then into the 4th hole you're going to put the spoke through. So you have 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole spoke. Okay, then you're going to put the nipple on, same thing, all the way to the bottom of the threads. And you're going to repeat the process all the way around the hub. So skip 1 hole on the hub, 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, into the 4th hole. Now it is much easier to do this on your lap versus doing it on a table, in my opinion. Never actually built a wheel on a table, so this might take a while. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason why you want to take it and put the nipple to the end of the threads, which let me show you real quick. This stool. So right here you can see the threads. You're going to take that nipple and put it on until it reaches the end of the threads. And what that is going to ensure is that it's evenly tightened all the way around the entire wheel. So when you put it in the truing stand, it's going to make it that much faster to get it true. And you'll see that as soon as I'm done building this up. Oops. All right, so you finished one side, and now what we're gonna do is flip the wheel over, and we're gonna take the next spoke, and we're gonna look through. Hold on one second, let me get this camera. Come up here with it. All right, so you look through, let's see this. Let's start here. So if you're looking through, you see this spoke here is in the middle of these two holes on the hub. You're gonna wanna go to the right of that hub, or the right of that spoke, and drop it through. And then this one goes directly to the right of this spoke into the first hole right there. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten it up right there. And remember, take the nipple all the way down to the bottom of the threads. And now we're just gonna go ahead and take all these spokes and go the same thing that we did on this side. We're gonna go 1, 2, and then put the spoke through. So go ahead and do that all the way around. Go one away from the opposing side. Feed the spoke through and put the nipple on to the bottom of the threads. All the way around. Now typically here at the bike shop, which is Mr. Bikes and Boards, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Mr. Bikes and Boards. We also have a website, MrBikesandBoards.com. That's MrBikesandBoards.com. Here at Mr. Bikes and Boards, we use 184s in the rear and 186 in the front for all of our hubs. So now that you made it this far, you will find your valve stem hole, and because when we started, we went to the right, when the valve stem is against your stomach, right? When it's against your stomach, you have the valve stem, you started to the right of the valve stem and you put your first spoke in. Because we started here and did that, we twist away from the valve stem. Now this works on every single rim, G Sports, Shadow, Odyssey, Sun Ringle, all of them, Cinemas, every single wheel, even the 26, even the 700C wheels, they all do the same thing. Some have different lacing patterns, but as long as it's a your standard lacing pattern, this will work. Start to the right, put your first spoke, and then twist away once you get to this point. Now you're going to take the spoke and we're going to drop it through on this hub, this side of the hub. We're going to drop it through this way now. Okay? And we're going to do a 3 cross, which means we're going to cross 1, 2, 3 spokes, and we're going to put it into this hole. But we're not going to cross them like this on top. We're going to go over 2 and then under 1. So we're going to go over 1 spoke, over 2 spoke, and then under 1 spoke. And take the nipple, feed it through, and then twist it on. That's where the spoke wrenches come in. I like to use this one when building it, and then I like to use this one in the truing stand. So I'm gonna go ahead and pre-drop all my spokes through real quick. Just makes it easier on me. You can do it however you want. You can go one at a time, but I'm gonna go ahead to save time, drop them all in now. Sometimes it makes it a little confusing for people when they're first new at it to have all these spokes in the way, but I've been doing this for a while and it just makes it easier for me. Find the way that you like to do it and then stick with it. So go over 1, over 2, under 1. And then that means that we've crossed 3 spokes. Get the nipple on and tighten it to the bottom of the threads. I'll go around this whole wheel real quick. All right, so this side is done and we are gonna move on to the final side. If you made it this far, congratulations, you're on the home stretch. So now we're gonna do the same exact thing. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna feed all my spokes through. I like to feed it through the small triangles. It finds its home pretty quickly that way. Instead of going in like that. You can still do it, I'm sure, but it's a little tougher. Feed it through the small triangles and it'll go right in. All right, flip it over. Start this spoke. We're gonna go over, over, under, and you have no choice but to go into that hole. Ooh. Come on, guy. There we go. I'm doing this left-handed now, and it's kind of funny. It's harder for me to do it left-handed The funny thing is, I am left-handed. I do everything with my right hand except for right. It's a funny story. I was in 2nd grade, and you know, when you're a kid, you are in school and you and your friends decide to see which hand you can write better with. You know, 2nd grade, we're still kind of young, still learning how to write. I wrote with my right hand up until this point, and I'm writing with my left hand, you know, to see how well I could do it. My teacher says, "Hey, Brian, what are you doing? You write with your right hand, not your left hand." I said, "No, I write with my left hand." So from that point on, I wrote with my left hand to prove to my teacher that I wasn't lying, and that's how I learned how to write with my left hand. So we are almost done here. Over, over, under. Ooh, losing spokes. Just going to want to try your best not to scratch the surface of the rim when doing this, especially if you work at a shop. If it's your own rim, you know, that's on you. It doesn't really matter. But just kind of bow them out. Put your thumb there, put your pointer finger there, bow it, and it'll go right in. Last spoke, here we go. And there's a telephone. All right, there it is. It's pretty true. That's because we take it to the bottom to the threads every time. So it has no choice but to be really even. Has a slight hop to it, but we can fix that in the truing stand. So next time you see me, we'll be over at the truing stand.